What's going on, everybody? This is Weekly Reviews here with Gamer Fusion, and today, guys, we have some awesome news to talk about, so let's get straight to the news. Of course, the first one, the big one that a lot of people were really and truly they were actually expecting it, was the November 2014 release for the remakes of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire being slated as Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Now, these games will be launching in November in 2014. They have not given an exact release date, but this will be a worldwide launch. But regardless, it will be sometime in November, possibly probably mid-November, somewhere around that. But we have not actually figured out when the actual time will be. They have not displayed any kind of real information yet. We've only gotten some little bits of so-called box arts right now, so I mean these are just templates and ones to go ahead and use to kind of keep the time by, but I mean I'll possibly go ahead and show one of them in the description, or I'll put them in the video and you guys can take a look at them. And I really like that they're calling them Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. It sounds really awesome, and I'm wondering if they're going to be adding maybe newer powers maybe for Groudon and Kyogre. Again, feel free to correct me if I pronounce those names wrong, but either way, regardless, 2 bits of awesome news and brand new Pokemon games to go ahead and have for the Nintendo 3DS, even though they are remakes. So, if you are a big Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire fan, and if you have been waiting for this, get ready because it's coming out in November of 2014. Next, we have the bit of news that Hyrule Warriors will actually be set to come out in the summer of 2014 in Japan. As well as one other bit of major news, Tecmo Koei has actually teased at another major collaboration. Now, we do not know exactly what this collaboration will be, but as a lot of you guys know, Atlus and Nintendo have done also that very awesome Shin Megami Tensei with Fire Emblem, which is going to be also something else that's pretty awesome. If you have not heard about that, you can definitely go ahead and look it up, and you'll hear that Atlus and basically Nintendo are joining for a collaboration, which we still haven't heard anything about yet, so hopefully we'll maybe hear something about it maybe at this year's E3. And of course, guys, don't forget that there's still a lot of other games on Wii U that we still haven't heard anything about. Like, I mean, maybe we could see a Kirby game coming this year. We could be finally hearing more about the Yoshi Yarn game. We could even possibly hear something about some other IPs, maybe even an Animal Crossing for the Wii U. I mean, after all, the Animal Crossing that was made on the 3DS, I forget now what the name of it is. I'm having one of those blonde moments. But regardless, it was a really good title. I think it was called A New Beginning, I think. Or no, I think that's another one. I can't remember. I'm having one of those days! So regardless, anyway, but it could be a new Animal Crossing. It could be anything. I mean, we're just going to have to wait, though, until E3, which is less than a month away. So, the next bit of news, of course, also is that Mario Kart 8 is going to be getting a smart device, website, and app for the Nintendo Wii U. Now, of course, we all know that Mario Kart is going to be having a Mario Kart TV feature. Now, included with that, they are also going to be including one other awesome thing, which is for the ability to upload highlight reels directly to YouTube from within the game. Now, for anybody who's never actually heard of this feature, it's been used on lots of different games. Games, I think, even back on the PlayStation 3. I'm trying to remember which of them have done it. I think Grid 2 did it on the PS3. I know I can do it on the PC one. I have Grid 2 on PC, which was given to me as a birthday gift last year from my good friend JTC Pingas, as I guys mentioned about him in my last news video. He did that as a awesome birthday gift, and he gave that to me, which, again, thank you JTC Pingas for doing that. That was a very awesome gift, and I love the game. It's a great racing game. If you haven't ever tried Grid 2, Grid 2 is a fun game. I think you can still buy it on PS3. I think you can buy it for real cheap now, but regardless, it's got some good stuff. It's got some good DLC too, if you want to check that out. But anyway, regardless though, Mario Kart 8 is going to be having a way to be able to upload your actual footage to YouTube. Now, that is a really cool feature, and that's another way of Nintendo actually saying, like, hey, we're opening up. We're trying to go ahead and show that Nintendo is not just a kid console. And I like that Nintendo is doing this type of thing, because not only is it showing that the system can handle things like this, I mean, it should have already been able to handle it from day one, But I mean, regardless, Nintendo needs to keep doing this. They need to keep filling us in with new features. We need new apps. We need new things to be able to get people to go to the system, because that's one of the reasons why Nintendo is lacking, not only just for the market, but as well as just a lot of other things. They need to change the gamepad feature to have a better battery life. They need to have it so a lot of things need to be changed. We need more apps. We need more games. There was one rumor I heard that Nintendo would possibly come out with like a Netflix-style service to make it so you could play hundreds of different types of games for a certain amount per month. And if Nintendo did that, I would actually be all for it. I mean, think about it. What would you guys think if you were able to actually be able to play any N64 game from any third-party publisher if they were able to give it? Like games like Conker's Bad Fur Day, or things like games that were only released over in Japan that we could have actually access to and be able to play them for only $10 a month. Like, you could have hundreds of different types of games to be able to play and stream at any time you want and just pay a certain premium amount. Now, I mean, I think that that would be a really awesome idea. Now, of course, I'm not going to go and say because Nintendo needs to do that, but I mean, regardless, it would be a nice feature, and it would be a way to really bring in some sales. And in a way, it probably would be in a way copying off Sony. I would say that because, I mean, you think about it. PlayStation has the PlayStation Now thing that's going to be coming out where they'll be able to stream certain games as well, like PlayStation 3 games, and I believe it was for PS2 and PlayStation 1 games. I can't remember, but feel free to correct me on that. But guys, regardless, what do you think about some of this news? I mean, it's pretty awesome that some of this stuff is coming out. I mean, we have the new remake for Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. We have Hyrule Warriors, which hopefully we'll be hearing more news about that, and also about this new Tecmo Koei collaboration that they have. Possibly even for E3, we might be hearing about some new games coming out. I mean, think about it. We could have a new Animal Crossing, as I said before. We could be hearing stuff about a new Star Fox, maybe a new F-Zero. And don't, of course, forget, guys, that we have another 3D Mario game which is being slated to come out, but they have not stated for the 3DS or if it will be for the Nintendo Wii U. So, guys, thank you again for always checking out and subscribing and watching weekly reviews in Gamer Fusion. Thanks again for the support, and guys, until then, this has been Weekly Reviews with Gamer Fusion, telling you that Gamer Fusion empowers your gaming. Take care, guys, and game on!